welcome to the first ever live painting session of the new IDKB studio. Welcome to all of the Mooners. We got Victor Kreitner in here, Uwex, Sick Bastard, Orion, Mars, yeah, Deja Du. Yay! I'm so stoked to see all the Mooners in here. The studio is coming along amazing. As you can see, we've got the nice streaming background with my desk set up here, which, when we set this room up, this desk was already in here. It was just like an extra desk, and Cully Cat was like, you know, honestly, that desk is pretty plain. You can do whatever you want to it. I don't care about it. I don't think it's even hers. This is like from her last roommate. So it got me thinking, and we're gonna paint it today. I arranged it to be right here in the middle of the room so that it splits up the studio from the bedroom, the sleeping area. And this right here is the canvas that we're working with today. Right here. It's going to be a bunch of random stuff painted on. There's no plan other than this whole panel is gonna be covered with paint, and it's gonna be all type of random shit. So I actually was thinking it'd be fun for you guys to get to pick some of the things that I paint. Oh, I just remembered. I need to do something real quick. Okay, I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb because if somebody calls me during this stream and fucks it up, I'll be so upset. And I'll put the messages on all chat. Ah, I'm so glad you're all here. David T is here. The fishing felon. The studio from the penthouse. Yeah, guys, going from a van to living indoors is like an upgrade of life in itself in a way. But going into a room this nice, I mean, it's like small, but I'm used to a tiny space, so being able to like expand out and have like my own art up on the wall, it feels good. This is the IDKB studio. I just got this mirror yesterday at Target. Oh my gosh. I've been looking at this mirror for so long, and it was like $150 or something crazy like that. So every time I saw it at Target, I was like, no, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But now they have this space, and that Van on the Moon's been popping the fuck off on YouTube this past month. I'm like, I can splurge. I deserve it. I can get the mirror that I want and have been wanting for a long time. Does that not look so awesome right here? These, like all the balls around the edge, I actually want to wrap with all of those pretty like upcycled sari string that I put all over the Volkswagen. I'm just gonna do a nice little, this mirror is gonna end up being its own video, because I've got plans. But first things first, we're setting up the desk. I have gathered some supplies today. A lot of these paint actually were already in this room. Like when I tell you guys, it has been so serendipitous how everything has pieced together for me to be in this exact space. Even down to there being a huge box of paint in here that one of Kalikat's friends had left. And she was like, well, my friend left this big box of paint here and I don't want it, so if you want to use it, have at it. And she's also who recommended the back of this being a painting piece. So basically, huge shout outs to Kalikat for not only offering me the perfect scenario for me to finally move into a house. Like, I wasn't looking for spots to move into. Like, there's no way I would have left van life and moved into a spot unless it was this perfect scenario where it's an awesome person, the rent is super affordable, the vibes are great, it's already just like a whole temple space in this home, so having my little nook to tuck away to and being so supported and so inspired, it's just like my life has taken a complete 180, and it's almost scary because when you go through so much change, it's like, everything's different, so you're kind of like alerted, like, oh, so much, what is going on, it's so unfamiliar. But I'm trying to lean into the feeling of knowing that things are better now. Things are better. The other scary part of change is not knowing, like, if you'll be accepted in your new form, you know? Some people like to keep you as the same version that you were when they met you, but people develop, people change, and I am just accepting that I'm blossoming into a beautiful butterfly now. The chrysalis that was my Volkswagen and my relationship that was the hard outside that dissolved me and let me turn into goo and transform into my butterfly self. That chrysalis has broken. The chrysalis is fucking broke, and so I'm just like shaking my wings right now and feeling out what it means to be a butterfly, and it's feeling really good. There's hard moments from time to time still, but that's just life. Other than the expected shit shows, I'm kind of coasting for a while. We should probably get painting. I know I'm gonna yap the entire time I'm painting, so we'll definitely get to everything I want to say. Time to get my hands moving. You deserve more. Yeah, exactly. That's why now I have an actual room. I'm not homeless anymore. My self-worth and self-esteem and self-love is like multiplying by the day, and it's shocking the fuck out of me because I didn't realize it was like low before. I thought I was doing great. I was like, I'm low-key internet famous. I got hella art. I got 2 vans on 2 islands. I was thinking like, you know, I'm pretty dope. But I didn't realize that thinking you're cool and truly having self-worth and self-esteem are not the same thing. So yeah, cheers to much higher self-esteem and valuing myself. It's making a big difference in the way that I interact with others already. I've got some stories, but first I need to look at the chat and see what the mooners are saying. Paint your vans, the cats, and Benny Worm on your desk. Oh, a Benny Worm. We can paint a Benny Worm. Aw, you're even glowing now. I'm glad to hear it because I feel good, and I would hope it's translating through my, like, soul expression on this plane. How many mushrooms were eaten? I mean, today, none. I'm high on life. I had a great fun time yesterday, and I'm gonna have another great fun time today, so I'm stoked. I like these shorts. Teal green, I've not seen them before. Yeah, because these I usually wear just as like pajama shorts. These are some linen. I love linen as a fabric, and these shorts are so comfy. They're just not like the cutest fit, so I don't wear them in the daytime much. They're mostly like for laying in bed. And this morning I was like, oh, I gotta like get ready for the stream, and I was like, why don't I just be comfy today? Because instead of pushing myself to like, I don't know, do something stressful, I just decided, I was like, you know what, I just want to have a fun stream where we can paint and be silly for a couple hours and not have to worry about all the other weird shit happening in the world, you know? Not everything has to be humdrum all the time. We could just be super fucking chill. What do you know? That's an option in life, guys. That's an option I didn't have in my like list before, but now I realize you can actually just live life and be chill about it. What? What? What's the best thing that happened to you today? I think this stream so far. I think this is my favorite part of my day so far. And it's only gonna get more awesome because now we're gonna paint. And I love painting. And I'm releasing any expectation for this to like be technically good. This is gonna be a purposefully childlike, messy piece because that's just the vibe I'm feeling today. We've got this paint. We've got this paint selection. A full color spectrum, which you guys know I like to just use all the colors on everything. So plenty of paint, a bunch of brushes. Which out of all of this art supplies, the only pieces that I actually bought was this brush and the palette. All the rest of this was just in the studio already, waiting for me. See that? Boom. And then a mason jar of water so that I don't fuck up the brushes. And some paper towels. And I'm home alone for, you know, I'm not home alone often in my new digs. Kalikat's at work, but she'll be back in a couple hours and probably will come swing by on the stream. Funny enough, where she works right now, I actually used to work like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. It was, it was rough though, I did not last long. What the heck? We got some weirdos in the chat. Victor said us mooners can get a little sappy at times, but we're pretty tightly knit. Yeah, honestly, the mooner community is pretty tight knit at this point. We have those streams that go off, like the streams that get like thousands and thousands, like almost 500,000 views, where there's a bunch of randos in here. But honestly, my favorite streams are the ones where it's like just us mooners. Like the one a couple days ago, the day before yesterday, I hopped on a pop-up live stream for just to test out OBS and to announce some things, which I just threw that. In case anybody missed the Thursday stream, Being on the Moon hit 50k subscribers. Crazy. So crazy. Now it's at 51k. So yeah, Being on the Moon's popping the fuck off. And the other announcement is that idontknowbaby.com is finally set up for international shipping. So all my international people who have been emailing me and commenting, being like, oh fuck, I wanted to order something, but I live in Australia, I live in Canada. All the people are always like, dang, I wanted this thing, but you don't ship to me. And I've been like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, fuck, I just haven't been able to figure it out. It's there now. It's there now. idontknowbaby.com will ship anywhere in the world. Water-based paints, I'm doing acrylic. Oh, Mars said, you normally name your art. Any name for today's project? So this one doesn't have a proper name yet. I think I named the stream something along the lines of painting my desk for the sake of free will and whimsy. So we could name this piece for the sake of free will and whimsy for now. That's the working title. That's the working title. Sometimes art pieces take form of their own and ask for a different name, so we're still open to the universe, but so far. What does she do? What was your job? Okay, so what Cully Cat does and what I used to do is run zipline tours, which is really fun at first. It probably sounds like, what an epic job. Why would you leave that? It's epic. It's incredible for like the first month because you don't know the course that well yet. You're like learning all your tricks and stuff because the like tour guides, like we're all doing tricks and shit whenever we take people out. I love to show off. You guys already know I'm a show off, honestly. So I was loving it, but then after, in my like second month of being a zipline guide, and there's people's like little kids coming on the tour. It's like, it'll be like this like chunky little kid whose harness can't actually reach the zip line, so you have to like hoist the child. You gotta like really pull up and hook them in. Sometimes you're basically like holding the child's whole weight because you're having to pick them up and snap them in for 7 lines. So I was like, that part, and the weird comments people would make as I'm like clipping them in, I just couldn't. It got to a point, you guys are, not to reveal exactly how psycho I am, but I was having intrusive thoughts when you're like 60 feet up on a platform and there's someone in front of you just really pissing you off, and you're the one in charge of making sure they don't fall off the platform. I just started having too many intrusive thoughts. I was like, oh gosh, what if somebody falls because of me? And then it's like, what if it was someone that was really annoying and then I don't feel that bad about it, and then you feel bad about not feeling bad about it. The intrusive thoughts were winning, so I was like, no, this is my sign to go back to the boats. Back to the boats. I had 2 months of being a zipline instructor. Someone said, some very strange weirdos making comments about things that are none of their business. Yep, that about sums up a lot of interactions with other humans, especially on the internet. Greg said it would be a good song title, Free Will and Whimsy. Yeah, honestly, I think that is the name of this piece. Free Will and Whimsy. Someone said the word is whimsical. Oh, you don't say. You don't say. Love the warning that Victor put out. Warning, plays with fire and reads tarot cards. Yeah, watch out, guys. Watch out. Also, yeah, I agree. We're seeing a lot of Russia. Emily says, is she gonna paint soon? Sorry, I get so distracted on the streams because I just get, it's just fun to chat with people. David T said, LOL, what if I push the chubby little shits? See, this is, I'm glad I'm not the only one who has those like psycho thoughts come into our minds. I think that it happens to pretty much everyone, and some people just won't admit it because it's so shameful. But like, human minds think about terrible shit most of the time. I may just be exposing myself and projecting. Maybe I'm just crazy and the rest of the world has a peaceful mind most of the time, but like I'll be thinking about some whack shit. So I'm glad to see at least Prestige in class that can relate. A lot of people are asking about my accent more so than in other streams. I have a full video explaining here on this channel. It's called I Faked an Accent for 20 years, or maybe it's I Faked an Accent for 15 years. There's a video where I explain what's going on. Christian Nunez said, sang What the Fuck song this past Thursday. My reef tank sprung a leak and flooding my living room. Managed to save all the fish and corals though, but I did tap into the What the Fuck song. That's the exact type of scenario that I wrote that song for, so that when some whack shit happens, instead of just going into like a terrible mental swirl, you could just be listening to that song in your mind. I've been relying on that song heavily the past week. And it makes me so happy that it's catching on with other people. Hey, a lot of people are talking about this song. Even I went to drum circle last night, which was so fun. I got to dance so much and see a bunch of friends and stuff. There was people coming up to me at drum circle being like, the What the Fuck song was so good. I've been listening to it in my mind. The best ringtone ever. Yeah, my phone is always on silent and do not disturb. So yeah, I just I don't even get to hear it, but it is my ringtone for the off chance, the rare time that I actually have my phone on noise mode. Oh! New World 3603 said, "Hi Molly, I think I saw you dancing with a lightsaber at drum circle last night. Seems rare for these two worlds to converge." Yes, you did see me dancing with a lightsaber. I was having a great time. Okay, it's about time. It's already been over 20 minutes and I haven't even started painting yet. It's time. You know, honestly, this cutout right here, which I think is just meant there for if I needed to like put any power cords through the back of the desk, but it kind of looks like an upside down rainbow to me, and that's what I've been seeing whenever I look at it. So I think we're gonna start with just putting a big rainbow right here, upside down. So, starting with red, I guess, which these paints might be kind of old. I'm actually not sure. So we're gonna have to squish them all real good. But it's okay, because you guys know how I am. I'm a certified yapper, and even if I wasn't painting, I would be sitting here talking your guys' ears off for like the next 2 hours. So I can be squishing paint while I do it. This is Naphthol Crimson. That's the red we're going to be using because we have the most of it. Show your feet. People don't realize that when they specifically ask me to show my feet, then I purposely move them out of frame. If you don't say that shit, if you just keep the pervy comments to yourself, my feet would be more likely to accidentally get in frame, like how it was before. I didn't even realize my toes were in the shot, but now that you say you want to see them, I'm like, gotta put the dogs, gotta protect the dogs. Aww. Anderson Regren said, it looks like some of you good people in chat forgot to leave a like. Yeah, if you're in here right now, like and subscribe to this channel, because we go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Hawaiian Standard Time. Most weeks there's a video premiere that happens right before the live stream, unless it's a very special live stream like today. Oh yeah, see, this is kind of, I'm gonna need to mix the paint really well. Whatever, fuck it, we're just pouring out a lot of red. It'll all get used because I don't have purple. So I'm gonna be doing my own purple made of red and blue. I almost was gonna go into an ASMR bit, but this is honestly the most silent thing I've ever done. Shockingly silent paint stirring. Furniture for Free Will. I love that. That's also a great title. Mars said, should we be worried, Molly, that you're seeing rainbows at random items? Yeah, maybe my broken heart is just shining through right now and I'm just seeing rainbows everywhere I look. Really, I'm okay. I've been, to touch on that, the whole breakup and everything, yes, it's definitely been on my mind quite a bit, as you can imagine. I mean, going through something like that, it's life-changing. It's very life-altering. But we're gonna transmute it into art, and I see so clearly what lessons I learned there. I got some masking tape too, by the way. Almost forgot. I learned so many lessons and so much self-development. Like, I see the purpose of that relationship so clearly in my life path, and I also see that it wasn't meant to be forever, you know? Like, all in all, we loved each other a lot, but like, the fit wasn't, it was not a perfect fit by any means, and being able to accept that is what can open up our lives for a way better fit and better scenarios to unfold. Like, I mean, he's moving to Oahu now and is gonna be in a much better situation than he was here. His life here was super difficult and extremely painful. I didn't help all that much, so things, just know that even though it's sad, like, and you know, as the Mooner community, I'm sure all of us will miss him. I already see you guys bringing him up in the chat still. Like, it's a big change in the Mollyverse that he's no longer around. But if two people will be happier, then that's worth it. Like, the sadness is temporary, and then there'll be so much more happiness after the fact. And being able to just like be okay with this is going to show myself how much better my mental health has gotten and my attachment style. I don't feel so like anxiously attached anymore now that I've gotten, I don't know, like halfway over this one. It definitely still has a lot more time to fully heal over, But how far I've gotten, I'm feeling pretty good. And a big part of what's helping me get past all of that shit is being able to look forward to all of my creative stuff and being able to focus on the new IDKB studio and connecting with friends and expanding my web presence. What's your favorite band or artist? Okay, I gotta say, my favorite band is Sticky Fingers. There's a lot of other favorites like Radiohead and MGMT, Arctic Monkeys, Cage the Elephant. There's a lot. There's a lot. Wow, I just realized I'm like way behind. And of course, the chat is very heavily talking about armpit hair. I know, it's alarming to some people who haven't seen it much before, but I love it. And I saw people asking earlier, why do you have hairy armpits and not hairy legs? Personal preference, artistic choice. I like to have smooth legs. My smooth legs help me feel girly and dolphin-like. And then my hairy armpits say, fuck off if you're into the patriarchy shit. People weed themselves out. It's a big part, a self-protection mechanism, because any of the type of people who are so close-minded that they're like, body hair on a woman, gasp, terrible creature. Those are the type of people I would not want to interact with anyway. So by having the armpit hair, it keeps them out of my field. Nothing wrong with being in a basement situation. I wonder if you're talking about this. This is not actually a basement. Also, I've been yapping too much. It's about time I make at least one paint stroke. I hear the cat meowing outside the door. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but she really wants to come in here. Yeah, I don't let her in my room much because I don't want her to pee on stuff, especially my new organic futon. And if anyone's wondering why I don't have Puss and Snickers in this space, we can't have more cats on this property. Like, already, the managers, when we talked to them the other day, were acting really iffy about Kinky. And, like, so Chloe had to really try for it. You know, like, she's already kind of, like, testing the edges by having Kinky here. So to add 2 more cats to this household wouldn't really fly. Yay! The first faint stroke. I Am Elements said In Rainbows, great album. In Rainbows is my favorite Radiohead album. And of course the name of it is slightly tainted now. But it's still a great album. I will still listen. Jigsaw Falling Into Place is probably my favorite Radiohead song, which I've been working on an ukulele cover for. Next thing you know, people will ask you to dye your armpit hair. You know, I've thought about it. If it wasn't black, I would consider. I would, with how black my armpit hair is currently, I would have to bleach it first, and I don't want to put all those chemicals on me. Alright, this is looking pretty nice. I've made one red line so far, and we are 35 minutes into the stream. That's okay, that's okay. I feel like there should be... Well, yeah, this is gonna be an upside down rainbow. We'll just get the rainbow complete first. Which, with how slow I am and how distracted I get, if it ends up being a multi-day stream to finish this, that's okay. Especially because I'm actually going to have some fun today. I'm already having fun today, but I'm gonna actually go like to an event later. Alright, this is orange soda. A colorful smile. Oh yes. Grainbow. Grade rainbow. Heather Ray's in here! Welcome, Heather Ray's Healthy Habits. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Yeah, this does look like buffalo sauce. Come dip your chicken wings. Buffalo sauce orange. This warning sticker, I tried to peel off, and it's on there pretty good, so we're just gonna leave it and paint over it. I'm actually planning on painting fully over it. Like, I'm gonna go make the rainbow over it, but then once the rainbow's done, I want to paint over just the warning and make a little fake sign or something. Wow, the texture of the orange paint is not the best. We're not using super high quality paints today, honestly. They're pretty old and a little bit separated, but it's better that I just unload them onto this desk than throw them away. Most of my art pieces end up being like upcycle vibes anyway. Keeping stuff out of landfills. Speaking of art made of garbage, if you guys remember the trashy art and gorgeous garbage piece I did at Mullet Mona's house, that one has gotten now almost destroyed. Her cats have been having a field day on it, and one of them has actually decided to spray it a couple times. Spray it as in mark it with his pee and decide that it's his. So it's now just in the backyard, sitting and getting laid on by cats, living exactly the life it should be as the trashy art and gorgeous garbage art piece. Alright, on to yellow, which there's butter yellow or bright yellow. I think we're gonna go with butter yellow. Looks like the color of Frank's Red Hot Sauce. It actually does. Which, oddly enough, now that I think about it, is kind of orange. What event will you be attending later? I mean, for security reasons, I don't tell people exactly where I'm gonna be. Victor said once a cat sprays, the smell never goes away. Yeah, that's why I'm not letting the kinky cat in here, because she sprayed a couple places in the rest of the house, and I'm not trying to get cat spray in my new studio. It smells really good in here, and I do not want that to change. Been burning good incense. Burning a lot of incense, honestly. Now that I have a bigger space, because before, like, living in a van and burning incense, it's like, you should really only burn it when the windows and doors are open so you don't smoke yourself out. But now I can just, like, any hour of the day burn multiple incense. Honestly, we should burn some right now. Don't use any cleaners, they set it in place. Interesting. There is some certain cleaners that do a really good job, like, not sponsored, but that one enzyme spray. Mullet Mona recommended it to me, and my ex had it for those cats, and it actually did a pretty good trick, because honestly, I shouldn't say this because I'm trying to sell the Volkswagen, but if I'm being real here, the cats did pee on the carpet. There was one accident in the Volkswagen, and thank God for that enzyme stuff, because it actually, you cannot tell in the Volkswagen at all. Love how this rainbow is coming out. I'm gonna light an incense while we're talking about it. While it's fresh on my mind, I'll be right back. If any of you are wondering why I didn't do this stream on OBS, partly it's because the webcam, as I was plugging it into my laptop, wasn't registering anymore. Usually when you plug in the webcam, it's like, oh, new device, connect. But it just, like, stopped working. So I was like, okay, back to the iPhone it is. Change isn't linear, so I'm just letting myself be in a flow. I'm just entering a flow state. We don't chase, we attract. We let the good things come to us, and that's what I'm learning is, like, so important now. You guys have watched me learn that lesson multiple times over the past couple years, where I'm like, oh, what do you know, I trusted the universe, and then it gave me everything I wanted. But then I go back to, like, the fight, the struggle. But this time, I'm trying to stick with it. I am living my best life and calling in all the good, and not stressing about it. You don't gotta try so hard for things. Put in a good effort, but when it starts affecting you and having you, like, feel bad and have, like, dysregulated nervous system and stuff, that's when you start going in the other direction. Moving things forward while still feeling good is the key to success. I've been watching it play out. So I can confirm. Just like me, living in vans for 2 years. And then, oh fuck. Damn, I really just did that. Damn. Yeah, after 2 years of living in vans and struggling, trying to make it work. The week I move into a house, my van channel doubles in subscribers and gets millions of views. So I'm like, I can live comfortably and still have all my projects be awesome. I don't have to be struggling for my projects to be awesome. Aw, Heather said it's so nice to hang and paint with you. I'm glad you're having a good time. I'm also having a great time. And yeah, I, like, with the Vans, have been, like, flopping back and forth saying, like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. The plans keep changing. And so I feel bad for even subjecting you guys to saying plans at all. But actually, I think I finally have a solid plan. I keep saying I'm gonna stop saying my plans because they fall through a lot, but honestly, I like updating you guys on the ideas I'm exploring at any given time, so I'll let you guys in on a secret. I emailed the shipping people to get a quote and, you know, an estimate for shipping the Moonermobile to Maui. And it actually costs less money to ship the Moonermobile here than it is to ship the Volkswagen to Big Island. Less by like over $300. Which $300 is totally not the deciding factor on like which direction I ship my vehicles. But it's just, you know, another little confirmation from the universe that I'm moving in the right direction by shipping the Moonermobile to Maui rather than shipping the Volkswagen to Big Island where it still might not sell. Update on the Volkswagen, it's still at George's and it's still not fixed. I'm not actually certain what's going on there. I asked him, like, what's going on? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm like, you know, getting the bar. I guess he's gonna potentially switch out the master cylinder. But I'm like, I don't know if it's the master cylinder that's the problem, because that master cylinder has gotten swapped out, I want to say 4 times in the time I've had this Volkswagen. So I'm pretty certain something else is the problem. I just want to liquidate that van and be done with it. My life, the day that that van is out of my life, is going to be one of the best days of my existence. And then every day after that is just going to keep getting better and better until my existence is just so amazing that I blast off into the next dimension. Like there's, oh my gosh, I am a mess. My dreads, I just dipped a dread in paint. Which, now that I'm looking at it, they actually would make good paintbrushes. Look at that. Would you look at that? Built-in paintbrushes. And they, oh, of course it's not even actually on camera. It actually works as a paintbrush. Okay, well now there's just random red spots everywhere. The incense is smelling great. And even if the paint sticks on this dread, it will just be a memory of this stream. Of the free will and whimsy piece. Chloe said meow meow meow, so you guys can hear the cat at the door. This is actually really funny. Someone said, wow, I didn't think I would say this. She's hotter than Johnny Depp. What? That's so funny to be compared to him, because he's, for my lifetime, been like one of the people I look to as like the hot humans of Earth. So I'm honored to be in the same category. My mom, the Momerator's also obsessed with Johnny Depp. I'm glad you guys like hearing my plans even when they fall apart so often. A girl can dream. Benny Worm brushes. Yeah, Benny Worm paintbrushes. Opening my new shitty paintbrush line. Like, do you want your art to look like it was painted using the tip of some hippie's dreadlocks? Buy a Benny Worm paintbrush now. Link in bio. Oh my god, I just realized I forgot. I knew I was forgetting to do something. I forgot to post about this stream on Instagram. I guess it's meant for YouTube's eyes only, which is okay. I almost started a multi-stream. You guys saw me testing out OBS's software for the first time on Thursday and loved it and started looking into all the ways I could expand upon it. One of them being multi-platform streaming, which basically is just like you can be streaming to multiple platforms at once. Like this stream, for example, I was considering having go onto Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and stuff, but then I was like, I realized that I can hardly keep up with the chat when it's just us YouTube friends here. So if we added in also the craziness of people commenting on like 5 different platforms or something, then I'd be like, okay, completely drowning in messages. But then I considered that I could be streaming it to those other platforms too, but not actually reading the messages. Like, sometime in the future, I could see the stream going to Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and stuff, but like really I'm only reading the YouTube chats. The thing is, some of my in real life friends or like my family and stuff might comment on Facebook or Instagram and then think I'm just ignoring them. Or if people send super chats, it'd be really awkward if people are like sending gifts on TikTok and I just have no idea that they're sending. Like if someone sent me $50 and asked a question, I would be completely oblivious. So yeah, that was all the things I was thinking about that led me to just be like, you know what? YouTube is my platform. I've been throwing around the idea of Patreon because so many people have asked me like, why don't you have a Patreon yet? You can get so much money. And I've just been on this whole thing the past couple years of being like anti-money and like all that shit. But now I'm realizing how important money actually is. I mean, it's not like the key to happiness by any means, but knowing how to get money and knowing how to manage it well is a key to be able to fucking travel. I'm trying to go on some trips, guys, and like that's gonna require moolah. So I've been thinking about a Patreon. The thing is, I don't think I would want to like do a bunch of separate content for Patreon. I love posting all my stuff publicly, but I found out a method that people do. They call it the like tip jar style Patreon. Like there's Patreons that are actual like courses and like really, you know, top secret stuff that you can only find on there. I don't think I would have like that be my gear. It would just be like for people who want to support me. there's a place that makes it easy, and then there will be random content that pops up there that no one else gets to see, but it's not gonna be like on a schedule. One of the things that I would want to upload there already, like I have a clip of me freestyling the same day that I filmed the What the Fuck song, the same day that I even wrote the What the Fuck song. The freestyling that led to that song, I actually filmed. But then I was about to post it on Warm Pistachio, and I was like, this is low-key embarrassing though. Like, it doesn't really sound that good, and it's like me, I'm saying like silly shit. I was like, I don't know that this is for the public eye. But that clip I would post on Patreon. And like my fire dancing videos, I always cut up for, you know, to make them more social media-esque. Put some good music behind it, make sure all the cuts match, yada yada. On Patreon, I could honestly just post the raw, unedited dancing videos. So stuff like that. Behind the scenes stuff. Uncut footage. Also on Patreon, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more freedom in the community guidelines. Not that I'd be doing anything too wild, but just knowing that it's not as strict as YouTube is really nice. Because I get YouTube videos flagged and demonetized and sometimes taken down. Speaking of, I got an email yesterday from YouTube because they flagged one of my Volkswagen videos because I was wearing a bikini and said it was partial nudity. Even though it was that video of me, the video that got like 2-point-something million views, literally me just showing this one compartment of the van. But because I had a bikini on, now it's like 18 plus only. YouTube is so strict. So basically, I'm thinking of getting a Patreon, and it'll be some like behind the scenes silly shit, and then also stuff that can't be on YouTube. Victor's mom also had a crush on Johnny Depp. Yeah, most people on this planet have a crush on Johnny Depp, even a lot of guys. I know that Johnny Depp has so much like aura power, because anytime I do something Johnny Depp related, everybody's just like freaking out. When I do my Johnny Depp cosplay, my Snack Sparrow Pirates of the Caribbean gender bend, everybody's drooling, especially the ladies. Like, I'm not even super into girls. I'm like, I don't know, sexuality wise, kind of like pansexual, I guess, but like mostly leaning towards guys. Like, my preference is men, but then it's like, you know, if there's a girl that I'm like really into, then I'm like, okay, you know, I can swing it. But really, when I'm as Snack Sparrow, I feel like I'm just pulling all the ladies. I'm like, you know what? I should just be lesbian. Check out Dead Man with Johnny Depp. Oh, interesting. I haven't heard of that. Yep. I agree, Heather Ray. YouTube is the best platform. That's why my central hub of all of my creative stuff, like YouTube is the hub. I mainly post to the other platforms for like reach, and also, well, Facebook and Instagram is where I see like family member posts and like people I used to go to school with posts. Like it's basically where I go to catch up on people's lives and see how they're doing. But then for my entertainment, I go to YouTube almost specifically, almost strictly YouTube for entertainment purposes. I don't subscribe to anything else like monthly platforms. I have a YouTube premium subscription and a Spotify, and that's it. I don't need Netflix. YouTube has everything I need. Oh, I like Miss AEW plays mindset. Um, they said money just magnifies the core of a person. It's an amplifier. If you're a good person, good things happen with it. See? See, I like that. Exactly. If you're a good person and know how to move the money correctly, it can be a really positive tool. I, before, paid so heavily, like, only was paying attention to the negative, like, shadow aspects of money and how it's led to so much pain and suffering in the world. But now I've been seeing a lot of the light aspects of it, and I'm meeting more and more people that actually do seem to have a healthy relationship to money. Even, okay, my friend Jimmy that I was hanging out with yesterday, I was like, just thinking, wow, what a healthy relationship to money. Like, wow, this person really knows what they're doing with their cash flow. And same with Chloe Cat. I'm like, she's really good at just like making it work and knowing how to call in abundance in ways that don't suck. Like, she's been doing these cool koi pond jobs, like setting up people's ponds for them and adding moss and watering systems, like just like fun ways to bring in abundance and then also not squandering that abundance. I'm leveling up in so many ways right now, guys. Like, abundance wise, self-esteem and happiness, mental health wise. I'm not homeless anymore. I actually can like be low stress and be doing my projects without freaking out about them. Like, for example, this week I could have stressed and pushed myself to make an episode, which I'm sure you guys would have loved to get like a full-length video, but I had such a fun week just living my life. I don't have to push myself to that schedule of like a long video every week anymore, because the short videos are doing really well and the live streams are doing really well. So now I feel like I mainly only need to do a full-length video of something when I truly feel called to it. Because a lot of things, a short video would suffice. A short video for most things would actually do better. And when it comes down to like me wanting to call in abundance now, my short videos have actually been paying higher than the full-length ones. And they are like a 10th of the work. Not even a 10th. They are like a 20th of the work. So I'm just paying attention to the signs around me. I'm like, be more chill on myself. Don't focus on like the feeling of letting people down. Just focus on what feels good to me, and then everything that I would want in life will just come right my way. Oh yes, this purple is fucking perfect. I could have explained to you guys what colors I was mixing and stuff, but honestly, it's not like I'd be able to recreate this exact purple again anyway. This is exactly the shade that belongs here. And I'm actually loving the brushstroke texture. Having the paint be slightly separated is kind of nice. Because we want it to look messy. We want it to look really wonky. And it's like the perfect amount of painting. Oh my gosh. I love when things are just so meant to be. I think when you enter that state of being where things are just flowing, and then you try and stay in it and just like maintain that energy, like when you get to a place in your energy field where you're in a flow state, things are coming your way, things are surprisingly working out in ways you couldn't have even planned for. That's when you know you're in your right vibe. Like, I feel like you have to follow that frequency. Like, when you have something happen to you that's really awesome and you're just like, wow, I can't believe this happened. Pay attention to how you're feeling, what thoughts you're having, and what you're putting out, because you know that, okay, that's a successful frequency for you. So like me, I feel like I'm in a good flow, successful frequency with all of my energy this past time period, because yes, I did go through some really rough experiences with the van and the relationship, but now that led me to no longer have the van and relationship. So just think about how many struggles I'll be avoiding now. Think of all the struggles that would have come if things didn't get bad enough for me to just be like, you know what, all this has got to stop. We're closed. This is all just done. Things have to get worse before they get better. So I have so much gratitude for all the crazy shit that has been afoot. Because now I'm in that right wavelength. And look at this art. Look at that. We'll get a good close-up of how that's looking. Ah! I love it. I love it. Oh, it's pouring outside. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain. It is a rainy day. Oh, Miss AEW said, my fire stuff was stolen, so I've been using a stick, wishing there was flames. Oh, I'm sorry about your fire gear. That sucks. That sucks. I hope you get a new staff soon, or whatever toys you had. Wow, I'm behind. Oh, Heather Ray asked, if you had $1 million, what would you do? Buy a patch of jungle and plant a fuck ton of durian trees on it. I really like the whole moon property idea. The main purpose I want it, on a surface level, probably seemed like, you know, somewhere to park the Moonermobile, which, yes, that was a big part of it, but arguably, more importantly, it was because I want to plant some durian trees, because then they can start their journey to fruiting. It takes a while. If you graft a durian tree from an already successfully fruiting one, it's only like 5-ish years till it fruits. But so, okay, 5 years is best case scenario. And that's if I find someone who will sell me a graft of their durian tree. And I have a couple connects. Don't get me wrong, I've already been scouting that heavily. But it's like, having the property right now might be a weight on me when it comes to the traveling aspect I want to explore. So I'm like, okay, that can wait. That's on the back burner for now. But if I did get $1 million tomorrow, it'd be back on the front burner. I'd be like, fuck it, we're buying 3 acres and 100 durian trees, and that in itself would end up producing a lot of money down the line. So yeah, if I had $1 million, I would invest it into a durian farm. A bunch of other stuff too. I would find some philanthropic work to do, and of course I would use some of it just for fun, but a bulk of it would just go right invested into a durian farm where a couple years down the line I would make that million back plus. See, I'm getting more in my like matrix mindset. I realized that like I was running from the matrix so hard in this pursuit of primal living and simple living. When my soul chose to come here to Earth, each of our souls decided to incarnate as a human on Earth to experience Earth. So now I'm just like, you know what? I'm here on planet Earth and I'm gonna see what the fuck is up. I'm just gonna explore all of the territory and play ball a little bit. I'm gonna play ball a little bit. So yeah, I'm changing mindset. I'm a businesswoman now. Aw, everybody's so supportive. Hey, it's funny that I said all that because Miss AEW answered Heather's question too about the $1 million and basically said the same thing. She said I would buy a large block of land because I want to make a free fruit orchard and teach children how to work the land, literally. See, this generation of Earth, though there's like some really horrendous people on Earth right now, there are a lot of awesome people with these mindsets, and I think it's the direction that humanity's headed, which is exciting. I'm loving how the back of this desk is looking. Already just having the rainbow made a huge difference in the back of this desk. Mari said, I didn't know you were homeless. I thought you were the girl living in the YouTube. Yes, I just live in the screen. I'm a digital being. Honestly, a lot of the time in the past couple years, I did see myself as a digital being. During the time that I was making all my trippy art videos and really getting into my content creation and taking that path, I started having these weird feelings that when I was doing my editing and like my web designing and stuff, like I felt like I was actually entering into a digital space, which still rings true because sometimes when I'm even like watching a video and get really sucked into it, like I feel like I'm actually traversing different planes of existence. Like there is a digital realm that humans have created, and there's all these Black Mirror episodes and like dystopian movies where people upload their consciousness to a computer. I don't think that's far off. I literally think that's where the world is going, and I'm not like mad about it. I think it's pretty cool. That being said though, I prefer being in my body and on Earth. Are you using left hand or is it the camera? Okay, I'm painting right-handed, but it's probably mirrored because I'm using the front camera. What the? Oh, you guys can hear the rain. Yay. It just adds to the vibe. Since we can't play music, at least there's rain pitter patter. Ooh, plant oranges and lemons too. I love oranges. I'd be doing so many different fruit, honestly. Oh, what? Random FPV has 2 acres. So much work. You have 2 acres? That's so cool. I want some land so bad. But yeah, honestly, you saying 2 acres is so much work. It's true. Having a lot of land, I've heard, is super intense. I was looking at half-acre plots, slightly under half-acre plots over on Big Island, and it's still something that's like a path forward in my life. Like, it's still a pathway that's open. Just right now, I'm not ready to leave Maui yet, but I'm like, having half an acre is enough for me. And if I got $1 million though, I would end up getting more, because in that case I would also be able to hire people to help. Right, okay, Victor said you'd need to build an art studio for your art projects on the property. That's part of what made me pause the moon project, because I was like wanting to do all these projects and like wanting to, you know, develop myself digitally. And then I was like, fuck, if I buy that property now and get working on it, it will take a long time to get to a place where I even can comfortably stay on it. And then past that, I would have to build onto it. Whereas I could just be here on Maui and in a place where I can already start the projects. I don't have to build myself a studio to just be able to do my art. I can just rent this studio, do my art, make a bunch of money, and then buy the land. So yeah, I just was thinking about things in the wrong order, basically. Someone said, I'm here to push your van anywhere, anytime. Well, right now, I would want you to just push it off of a cliff, make it look like a real good accident. And then I can wash my hands and be done with it. Oh, Miss AEW said you're secretly aligning people's chakras as they watch you. That's what I'm hoping for. That's why I come on here. I like to come on and share my vibe and my frequency, because I'm broadcasting this vibration. Basically, I'm like sending my vibe out into the world via internet, and then people can tap into it by entering the chat, and then they're experiencing my vibe and like hopefully resonating with it and like raising the vibration of us all together. That's the plan here. It may look like I'm just painting, but actually I'm sending you guys some major vibes right now. Someone said rainbows have 7 colors. If it's 6, it's satanic. I guess this is a satanic rainbow. I don't mind it. I'm not mad about it. It's okay. My sister's a diehard Satanist. I'm not new to the realms. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo. Indigo and violet. Yep, I guess I'm missing indigo. I like how it looks with this though. We're just keeping it as a satanic rainbow because I actually really like it. Oh, yay! Heather Ray's gonna go do some art. Go enjoy your flow state, Heather. I'm so glad that you coming on here sparked you to also feel creative. That's why I'm doing this. The vibration broadcast is doing its work. More art is happening. If you guys haven't, check out Heather Ray's channel. She's an artist based out of Australia and a super kind, open-hearted being. Oh, random FPV, 2 acres, 3 sporty kids, and an emergency electrical business. You sound like a busy guy. Yeah, he said, I'm so time poor. Time poor? That, I've never heard that term, but yeah, that's one type of poor to be. Ah! Random FPV had fish and chips for lunch on Wednesday. Ah, I love fish and chips. Fish and chips are my favorite meal, honestly. We had fish and chips the other night. Just like, it was just like frozen ones from the store that we put in the air fryer, but they were honestly so good. And they were organic, so I'm like, okay. Just because it's like a pre-frozen thing doesn't make it automatically back. I've been actually loving the frozen section lately because I'm not one to be cooking up some crazy meals. Aww, someone said just casually showing what good feminine energy looks like. I'm so glad you said that because that is what I'm trying to be in my life right now. I'm trying to just like dip into the good feminine, the light feminine. I had been in like a dark feminine for a bit where, you know, I was like not in the most feminine state. I'm like working on my van, doing like mechanic shit and like showering at the beach and just being like feral AF. And now I'm like not being as feral and I feel like a real girl again. It's good to be a woman. It's good to be a woman. I just needed to go rascal for a bit. I was just like in my bootleg rascal era and now I'm in my goddess era, upgrading. Okay, I think it's time to paint the next item on here. Honestly, I'm feeling called to do I honestly want to make a purple sweet potato the way I did on the trashy art and gorgeous garbage. Since that purple sweet potato got fucked up and peed on by a cat, that was a huge canvas too, but it started off as garbage, so whatever. Now it's just like back to being garbage. But as an homage to that ruined art piece, I think I am gonna add a purple sweet potato somewhere like right here. Oh, you have to pamper yourself, Molly. I am pampering myself now. I did I don't remember if I told you guys yet, but I did one of my like aloe hair masks for the first time in a while, and I was having such good ASMR vibes while I was squishing up the aloe and like doing the treatment, and I was thinking like, dang, I should have filmed this. This is great. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing like some self-care videos. It'll be a way for me to like still be focusing on my self-care and still be getting videos out. So yeah, ASMR aloe treatment might be coming soon. While I still have some purple on the palette, this same purple, we're gonna make a little sweet potato. Hopefully we have enough of this purple. I'll just make it relatively small. I think it'll be like right here. Random FPV needs to get out of bed and get some coffee. Yeah, get some coffee. It's nice to just have a nice Saturday morning of laying in bed and looking at stuff on YouTube. I love that shit. Honestly, a lot of mornings I like to lay in bed for way longer than I should before I actually emerge. It's funny because now that I'm like living at Chloe Cat's place, she'll come in my room at like, I've been sleeping in good here. Like going from living in a van to like having an actual room and a bed, I'm like, I just don't even want to leave my room. I just want to be in here all the time. I love it in here, and I love laying on my bed. And so when I wake up, I just lay there for multiple hours. And she'll come in at like 9:30 and be like, you should probably come out of your room at some point today. Okay, this is not nearly enough purple. We're gonna have to blend some more purple. So this time I will show you guys. I will show you guys. Oops. Hey, thank you, Random FPV, for protecting the chat today and moderating, keeping the Mooner community clean. He said, mental case, we don't take no crap here. Yeah, Mooners don't take no crap. If people are trolling, they get muted. Sorry, not sorry. Take those bad vibes elsewhere, bucko. We're just having a rainy day of painting on the back of a desk. A back of a desk that's been waiting for me. Okay, so we did some blue. Me forgetting to show you the colors again. Ultramarine blue, Naphthol crimson, and a little bit of paradise is how I made this nice slightly muted purple. Emphasis on slightly muted because that's just how I like my colors. I like to, so my color palette I like to exist in is all of the colors. Like I like it to be rainbow, but not like bright rainbow. You wouldn't catch me dead in something like neon rainbow, you know, or like pastel. I'm just really not into pastel. But if it's got every color in an earth tone vibe, like the jewel tone color palette, oh, that is my top tier. That is my favorite color palette. Okay, so we've got a nice muted purple going on, but it needs to be a little warmer. So we're gonna go in with some more red here. Sick bastard said crimson, white, and indigo. What, is that the proper mixing to make purple? Because I actually don't know. I actually don't have like much color theory knowledge. It's something I would like to become more knowledgeable in. So yeah, feel free to share with the class if you have some insider secrets. Someone mentioned Bob Ross. You know, he's part of the inspiration for these live painting streams. I've watched Bob Ross, I mean, my whole life. At random moments he's just come up, but specifically when I was working out of Lahaina Harbor, which that all started, I started working in Lahaina and working the boats and doing my whole marine biology thing almost 5 years ago now. And we would play Bob Ross on the screen on the boat, and the managers would get so mad. They're like, you guys need to play videos about whales and coral reefs. But for some reason, the like team leaders on the boats would always put Bob Ross. So it's, even though I watched Bob Ross when I was younger too, like on TV, when I think of Bob Ross, it takes me back to like my Lahaina Harbor working days and just like, you know, taking a big old boat between Maui and Lanai and being in what they call the washing machine, the channel between the islands. Just getting sloshed, just like fucking waves splashing over the top of the bow, like over the helm station, and people panicking and looking over, and like just Bob Ross painting happy little trees on the TV. For the sweet potato, I ended up doing a, you know, some happy little swirls. We're just making some happy little swirls to get that sweet potato texture going, which is gonna end up with another coat. But we gotta make the sweet potato's little head leaf thing. And my dreads got dipped in paint again. Oh my goodness. Yeah, happy little trees. Does the tater have a face? It will soon. We gotta let that dry a little bit first. Bob Ross has his own channel on Pluto. What? So are they just constantly playing Bob Ross 24/7 then on that channel? Because I'm trying to tune in. Is that a Molokai purple sweet potato or a Japanese? I would say it's more so a Molokai sweet potato. Especially since as I was painting it, we ended up talking about Bob Ross and the actual connection of Bob Ross in my life. Aw, because I actually, so the same boat that we would play Bob Ross on, I actually have taken that boat to Molokai before, which is an island less visited. Out of the Hawaiian Islands, that's like not one of the touristy ones. It's not as native as like Ni'ihau or some, you know, like Ni'ihau is more actual Hawaiian, you know, preserved, like how the islands should be. But second most preserved, I'd say, is Molokai. I only got to go there because I was working as a marine naturalist running whale watch tours, and I got the privilege of taking a bunch of the kids out from that island, a bunch of keiki that just like have been living on Molokai their whole life and haven't gotten to go on boats much, seeing their faces light up and how stoked they were and how just like how much wonder and amazement was bursting from their beings. I am so grateful for that experience. So yeah, being in the islands have given me so many beautiful opportunities. So many amazing things have unfolded for me here, and though I get jaded from time to time, especially on Van on the Moon, I'm dipping back into gratitude and grounding and my feminine state. Why don't you sell both vans and buy a nice boat? Yeah, definitely have been thinking of that too. That's like one of the ideas. Like, I try and keep myself contained because I tell you guys all these crazy ideas all the time. But, and then I'm like, I shouldn't be saying all this if I'm not gonna actually do it. But like, it's just genuinely so fun to talk about. Like, man, if I had a boat, if I had a live-aboard sailboat, you know how cute it would be? You guys already know how I am with interior decorating. You've seen what I've done to both of my vans. You've seen what I did to Mullet Mona's backyard. You've seen what I've done to this space, and it's only been like a week. I'm only like a week into the studio and it already looks this dope. If I had a boat, it'd be the dopest looking boat on the fucking water. I already know it would. The boat will be an art piece. I'm saying will, not would, because I still think that at some point in my life, all of these ideas are gonna happen. I get like all these crazy ideas and then they get in the way of each other, but all in all, I have so much time left on this earth. I mean, knock on wood, I hope I have plenty of time left. So I can actually do all of this. I can get the moon property. I can have still, like, even with getting the moon property eventually, it doesn't mean my time on Maui now has to stop. The little leaf for the sweet potato head. I actually might do this one with a big leaf. I usually do them with like just a small leaf like that. But I kind of want to make it more accurate. I've grown sweet potatoes before. I actually grew some sweet potatoes on the balcony of my apartment in Santa Cruz in a pot. And so I do remember what their leaves look like. And they were big. But yeah, having the moon property still be a vision doesn't mean I need to leave Maui right away. It also doesn't mean that the moon property has to be on Big Island. I could get a Maui property. The main reason that wasn't an option before is because property on Maui's so crazy expensive. Like, it's insanely expensive. But now that I'm in my business mindset, I could ball out. If I get rich this year, I could buy a Maui property. I'm having so many mindset shifts. I'm like, I'm here on Earth. I'm playing ball. The things that before I thought were unachievable, I'm just telling myself, even if it's delusional, it's better to believe in yourself than to just go around saying you can't do stuff, because then you won't do anything. Wow, and look at this desk. Look at this desk. Will your boat have a gangplank for trolls? My boat will 100% have a plank, because if anyone comes with some bullshittery up on my boat, they walk in the plank. Mars said at 73. Time might not be on your side, Molly, but at least you look good for 73. Yeah, for being a 73-year-old, my skin's looking pretty nice. But yeah, I will have to hurry up on some of my projects. Rather be delusion than comfortable. What? Aw, and thank you for saying you like my painting. I am really loving this. Oh my goodness, it's already been 100 minutes. We're not even close to being done. Yeah, this is gonna take quite a few sessions. We're gonna have to take quite a few sessions to do this. So I'll just be continuing on until I feel like stopping, and then another day when I want to work on it again, I can. That's the beauty of being in a studio space now. I can actually just like let things breathe. I can actually just take time with it. We're busting out some black. This is the first black that's gonna be on this piece at all. And it's because, oh, I'm so glad none of that spilled. That just dumped right out. We'll call that good. We'll call that good. That's the black we're using. You know, working with imperfect mediums, you know, like whenever I use a shitty canvas or like some separated paints, it actually opens up for more creativity, because if things go really easily, you don't have those curveballs that like cause you to readjust. Ah, Victor sent $5. Thank you, Victor. First donation of the day. Oh my gosh, I just realized that. That's crazy. They always vary from week to week. I appreciate you so much, Victor. Thank you. Victor Kreitner has been a long time mooner. I feel like you donate most live streams, so thank you for that, Victor. It always varies. There's some streams that I come on and get like multiple $100 in like an hour. Like I think my biggest stream I got like, I don't know, like $400 something in maybe 2 hours. But and then there's other streams that I don't get anything at all. But it doesn't change my outlook on it, because I just genuinely enjoy myself. And I've got plenty of revenue streams happening at the moment, like Man on the Moon is a cash cow right now. I'm savoring that while I can, because it might not, like, you know, just because Man on the Moon made a bunch of money this month because it had some viral videos doesn't mean that it's going to again next month. So I'm like still being smart with my money. I'm still being careful and expanding into more opportunities, such as the potential Patreon and stuff, because I'm ready to blast off into having a much easier, peaceful existence than I've been having. Someone said, yeah, but YouTube taxes when they get donations. Yeah, YouTube does take, which thankfully a lot of people already know that, and they'll just like send me money on Venmo, which I'm super grateful for. I love when I get a random Venmo notification. It makes my day. Like the other day someone sent me $100, and just like with a really sweet message, not creepy or anything, just like, wow, I love the videos you're making, keep it up, and $100. I'm like, this is the love that I love to receive in this world. Aw, Tatus said you will be successful, you are so authentic. Aw, thank you. I'm so glad you think so, because that's what I'm striving in this life, is to just be like as authentic as possible and just like live in a peaceful life where I can spread positivity on the internet. And it's happening. We're here. We're in it. Follow your dreams. Even if they sound ridiculous and unreachable, if you think they would bring you joy, it's worth trying. And even if you fail, at least you tried. Don't try too hard though, because when you try too hard, then you're pushing your dreams away. Coming at life with a healthy balance is the key to success. So cheers to becoming healthy, balanced individuals in this world. Oh, thank you, Scarana Jared, for $2. Thank you for your positive energy and vibes. Thank you for your positive energy and vibes. I'm having a great time. We got the signature Mooner face going on this sweet potato. This one actually might be a sleeping sweet potato. Someone said, you literally color like a little kid. See, that's exactly the vibe we're going for with this piece. Welcome to IDKB Studio. The title of this piece is called For the Sake of Free Will and Whimsy. Is that a red onion? Not quite. It's a purple sweet potato. It would look more like a sweet potato if I did I think they have multiple pointed leaves, but this leaf just looks so cute and dainty that I want to keep it that way. Okay, time for the Mooner's eyeballs. Someone keeps wanting me to watch their edit. Sorry, but I'm a little bit busy painting at the moment. Painting a happy little sweet potato. We'll get a close-up on that little Mooner tato. And how the rainbow is looking as it's drying. I honestly want to paint a gecko somewhere. I think the next thing I'll add to this is a gecko. A Vidalia onion is purple. Vidalia, what a great name. Oh nice, this is dry. So remember I said that I want to paint over the warning sticker because it looks whack as a warning sticker? I think we'll get that coat on there now. Look, this paint color is literally called gecko. It's a sign. The gecko is gonna be with this paint, obviously, the gecko paint. And someone said you should make a rainbow ombre gecko on the rainbow, which confirms what I was already thinking of doing, which is using the warning sticker, painting over it so it looks like a poster, and then putting the gecko on the poster with some kind of like Art Nouveau edging. Okay. Okay. That's definitely what's happening. So, the background. What do you guys think? What background should the gecko's poster be? This is gonna be the color of the gecko itself. I'm honestly leaning towards keeping with this purple. But then again, there's no pink in the rainbow. Draw a little alien? Oh, for sure. I for sure could do a, oops. Yeah, I for sure could do an alien on here. Hey! Shimothy said, "Been on the fucking moon." Yeah, been on the fucking moon. 50K, baby. Draw the van going off a cliff. Should I, at some part of this process, do a little, like, painting of the Volkswagen on fire? Off a cliff would also be good, but to me, the main thing that comes to mind when I think of the Volkswagen lately is arson. You guys get a really deep peek into my mind here on YouTube. If I'm ever in some, like, crazy lawsuit case or something, or, like, suspected of a crime, and they come to my live streams, they could convict me of anything based off this shit. I don't know why I did it to myself, but now that I'm this deep in it, I'm like, whatever. I'm already incriminated. This gold metallic paint for sure wants to be, like, all over this. And I don't know exactly where it's gonna go yet, but just know there's a fuck ton of gold and I intend on using it. It might honestly be a nice background. Oh, okay, once I paint everything else and then there's just white left over in the background, maybe I'll go through with the gold and just paint every white left when I'm done with the things I want, with the designs I want to do, will then just be gold. But first, we need to pick a color for this. I'm wanting to come up with, like, a magenta. There's no pink on this yet. Okay, yeah, people really want to see the Volkswagen painted on here, but guys, I just really don't like the Volkswagen. If I paint the Volkswagen on here, it's gonna be it on fire or it exploding. Paint the van broke down on the moon, literally. Honestly, I could, my little van on the moon logo that has, let me grab my water bottle, I'll show you guys. My little van on the moon sticker logo design, this, but the van is on fire. You know what? I can actually put an actual sticker. I can put the actual van on the moon sticker on here and then paint flames Over the Volkswagen. Perfect. It doesn't follow physics because I don't think you can actually... Can you have a fire on the moon? I don't think there's... I think you would need oxygen to be able to... It's a cartoon. It doesn't have to be physically accurate. Alright, we're gonna try and make some sort of pink. Which, I mean, I guess would be mainly just white and red. And we'll see what happens. We're gonna mix together some white and red and see if we could get a good pink magenta going. You should make an alien roasting marshmallows on the moon. I love the ideas. I love the ideas. Okay. That should be shaken enough. It just represents the struggle. Plus, people used to burn the dead out of respect. Yeah, it's just me giving the Volkswagen a Viking funeral. The Volkswagen, just like being at George's still doesn't feel awesome. I'm trying to remind myself, like, at least I'm not having to actively deal with it. But it is a little unsettling that it's just still there and still broken and he's not fixed it yet. And I'm also wondering, like, how much is it gonna come out to? I don't know how much I'm gonna end up getting charged for this. If someone just bought the Volkswagen before it's fixed, I would take a pretty good price, to be honest. But we're just giving it time and patience. Here we go. We'll see how pink this turns out. Okay, I can already tell it's too pink of a pink. I'm gonna need some of the purple in there. We could just snag this purple, honestly. Something's missing. Too much white. We'll add some of this. Nah. It's just got too much white in the pink. Darken it up with some red. To people who actually know color theory, they're probably like, what is this girl doing? We're just winging it for the sake of free will and whimsy, because it's a Saturday and Saturdays are for the streams. I come on the internet every Saturday to share smiles with the internet. And so it doesn't even matter if the art turns out good, because we're here for the vibes. We're here to broadcast the vibration. I think the van will always... Wait a sec. Yeah, the yellow brick is just doomed. Doomed. I'm accepting it now. Do you ever talk about your life pre-Maui? Yeah, sometimes I talk about, I mean, if you guys want my life story, I grew up in California. I was raised on the outskirts of the Bay Area, so like, I was like a 40-minute drive from San Francisco. And then I moved to Santa Cruz and got my marine biology degree and had a bunch of really awesome fun experiences in Santa Cruz too. I was going to a bunch of concerts and being in the redwood forest and at the beach all the time, living with my best friend. And then I moved to Maui and have had the most life-changing self-exploration years, and like so much heart opening and mind opening. I feel like I actually understand the fabric of the universe now. I'm not just like blindly going through life and being like, what the fuck is this? I was a much different person, you know, before. People change so much all the time, so saying I'm a different person than I was before is just like obvious and redundant, but there are some key things about myself, mainly being that I'm so much more level-headed now. I used to be so anxious. Like, genuinely, I had crippling anxiety. Like, I started having health problems, and my mom's like asking the doctor like, what could cause these problems, and the doctor literally was like, anxiety. She's just literally worrying herself sick. And then I set forth on my self-healing journey of just wanting to have a nice time and live a good little life. And now here I am, and I'm having a nice time, and I'm living a good little life. That's proof that you should follow your dreams. Oh, I did a live doing watercolor. Hey, Heather, I'll check it out when I get off here. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to see your watercolor. Aww. I think deep down you still love the Volkswagen, and it's why you put up with all the hurdles of still owning it. Hope you don't end up paying another ridiculous car bill. Thanks, Victor. Yeah, I need that. I need it gone. 'Cause then it can't haunt my life anymore. Deep down, I do love it. I was able to have so many healing experiences and time of self-exploration. The Volkswagen was the vessel for me to find myself in, which first meant losing myself, losing the past version of myself. So I lost her. Shook that bitch. I was like, you're whack, you're psycho, and way too anxious. We're just gonna have to do a reboot. Turn into goo. Let your own enzymes dissolve your being like a caterpillar inside of a chrysalis. And then rebuild. And then break that chrysalis open and fly on to your next stage of wonderful existence. And when I talk about this stuff, I am very positive about it, and I say it with a smile, but reality is, going through the goo phase of self-metamorphosis, where you have to lose your past self before you enter your newest version, is brutal as fuck. It's a gruesome experience. I've gone through it. I've watched other people go through it. A common time in your life to go through it is around 27, 28, 29 years old, because you're in your Saturn return astrologically. So, yeah, a lot of my friends I've been watching dissolve and reform, and watching them go through the agony of letting your past self fall away but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. The healing path is the only path. Trying to hang on to shit that doesn't serve you anymore is not helping. It's not helping anybody. When there's something that you know you need to let go, and then you hang on to it for longer, you're gonna end up letting it go eventually, and then you're gonna be like, why the hell did I grasp at that for so long? Like, even with my relationship ending recently, I'm just like, damn, like, it was hard for a long time, and I just kept my mouth shut about it and just was like sticking it through because I thought that's what love was. But now I'm like, okay, I see. I was supposed to be in that so I could learn all these lessons and develop into who I am today. It was all meant to happen, but it was not meant to keep happening. And now, I'm a free bird. I'm a free butterfly. And I'm just gonna keep riding this wave as long as I can. Oops. Dropped my soot sprite. Aww. Someone said the rainbow's upside down. Really? Fuck, my bad. Yes, oh my gosh, Brandon Loy. That is a quote that it has been ringing in my head ever since the day, which I think I've said it on the stream before, but to reiterate a really amazing quote. Depression is too much time in the past. Anxiety is too much time in the future. And presence is the path of peace, tranquility, and comfort. If you spend too much time worrying about the past, you'll feel depressed. If you spend too much time worrying about the future, you'll be anxious as fuck. If you just relax into your now moment, that's when you actually feel okay. Be here now. In Bitcoin We Trust said, yeah, is there one true love? Is there a couple? Is it just made up by man? I've been wondering the same thing. Because, like, we're kind of sold this fantasy that, like, oh, you'll find your one person. You know, you'll find your love. And that's that. You're happily ever after. But, like, who does that actually happen for? Because it's no one that I know, IRL. No one. Even the people who are still together fight and complain about each other. Like, it's just like, I don't know what exactly love is supposed to be anymore. Romantic love, I'll specify. Because, like, love in the sense of just, like, love, the eternal energy that is the universe and all of creation, and, like, what keeps this life moving. Like, okay, there's love in a universal sense, but then there's relationship, which I, for a long time, referred to as love, but now I'm realizing it's just a big source of lessons from the universe most of the time. So yeah, relationships are tricky, and the facade that we're sold about relationships makes it even harder. That's why I'm just keeping shit real realistic. In the world of media, where there's all these weird fantasy stories of, like, true love being easy, I'm not playing into that bullshit. I'm not adding to the media blob that pushes that propaganda. Not anymore. I'm also not gonna add into the media blob of propaganda of like the idea that no love exists. I think we gotta ride the middle here, which the middle ground is that you'll have to have a couple shitty relationships to form yourself into your highest being. And then once you reach that state and find someone else also in their highest being, then you'll come together and like ascend into your love. Just like amazing life path conversion. But you know, that's rare. And it's not to say that you won't eventually fall apart again as cycles repeat and continue. Nothing's permanent. So I'm trying to just stay present in it. And you know, now that I've been single for like a couple weeks, I mean, honestly, I was on my way out for a while because it's just been so hard for a while. So like as more fights happened, as things continued on being hard, I did just like release it over time. So by the time that we actually broke up, like I already released it like more than halfway while I was in it, because it was so hard that now that I'm out, I'm like it's actually not as bad of a breakup as you would think it would be when you spend time in the relationship getting over it, which I've been reading about, and I guess is a really common thing. Oh, thank you for the gift! A goat trophy from Average American Loser. Thank you! A loser giving out goat trophies? I don't think you're a loser at all. Maybe you're an average American winner. An above average American winner. Yeah. Love exists, but lasting love? I don't know, bruh. Yeah, Echo rocks. That's the thing, lasting. This whole word of like forever, happily ever after. That's where it falls short, because we all die eventually. Not to get morbid. People don't like when I say that, but it's one of the most factual things you can say in this life. Like, I don't know if something could be forever when our lives are literally not forever. As long as you learned something, it wasn't a waste of time. Yes, B. Morton. Learning the lessons in relationship is what makes it worth it. Because even if that relationship doesn't work out, you still improved your relationship skills, improved the way you show up in the world, hopefully, improved your approach to like interpersonal dynamics. I have found so much self-healing and like self-exploration through relationship that I feel like with each relationship I'm getting better at it, and like maybe my next one will actually be like a long real thing that's not just a universe lesson. I want it to be an actual like, here we go, we got it, guys. That's what vibe I'm looking for. Was the battle between minimalism and stuff the straw that broke the camel's back for the relationship? Honestly, no. That's that was a heavy straw on the camel's back for sure. But when it comes down to it, the real problem was that we couldn't resolve conflict together. Our styles and our communication and our approach to attachment and timing, like, it all was just missing. Like, it was not aligned. So it just wasn't working. Like, we were both trying, we were both full of love and putting in our effort, but just like miss. Like, even trying to do the parting of ways is missing. Like, trying to communicate about cutting ties is even difficult in itself. And I'm just like, fuck, man, I'm tired, damn. So no, it wasn't the minimalism. Me being a minimalist, trying to make it work with a maximalist was difficult, but it's something that with good conflict resolution could have got past, but it just unfortunately didn't. Because I can look past a lot of shit as long as there's good talking about it. I can look past almost anything as long as the communication is solid. Wow, this one hasn't been open in a long time. Aw, I'm glad you're finding this interesting, Kevin Mack. This aspect of the Mollyverse. I am actually not even sure which aspect of the Mollyverse this is. I guess this is me in just like my zen mode of, it's a nice Saturday afternoon. We're painting something with no attachment to it actually looking good in the end, which feels very freeing. And we're just talking about life, knowing that it's another glorious week of existing here on Earth, and we're all doing the same thing here. Like, as much as we like to all be separate beings on Earth, individuality is very important. But reminding ourselves that, like, none of us actually know what's going on most of the time. And we're living in this really weird world, but we're all here in it together. Like, we're all on this planet together. It's nice to just have some chill time of being like, alright guys, we're all here on planet Earth. What do you think of it? Here's what I think. Aww. I've crossed the oceans of time to find you. What a sweet thing to say. That actually kind of caught me off guard. Oh, why did you paint a pink rectangle on the rainbow? Because there was a warning sticker on the back of the desk that looked really bad. So I painted the rainbow over it, but you could still see the warning sticker really bad. So I did the pink rectangle over the warning sticker, and now I'm gonna paint a gecko onto it once we get the angle good. Yeah, we'll paint the gecko like that. Let's be real honest. This is from Vic. Relationships in 2026 is not an easy business. The internet hasn't helped in the debate between men and women relationships. For real, the internet's making it even harder because people are putting out all these videos saying, like, how they think relationships should be done, but, like, who actually knows? And there's people putting out all these diagnoses, like the crazy flood of everyone accusing other people of being a narcissist, and everyone claiming that they're an empath, and everyone saying, oh, if you have a partner, they should do this for you, or they should be this way, or they should be that way. Trying to make all these generalizations. It is not helping. And then don't even get me started on the whole manosphere of all these, like, you guys know, the Andrew Tates of the world, which I've been watching the news of him getting arrested with his little pantaloons on and his magenta blouse with his nice little C-cup man titties. That guy. I'm just like, how did someone like that get so much fame and like so many people looking up to them when they're spreading such like heinous vibes? That's part of why I want to get bigger on the internet. I'm like, really? These other people are who's guiding the vibration in this space? No. We need to come and do some adjustments and bring in more wholesome, some more wholesome essence to the scene. Fuck. It looks like we're not meant to do gold. Not yet, anyway. We'll try and open that later. Which, honestly, I think Chloe Cat might get back soon, so maybe she can help open it. I honestly want to make part of this, I want at least part of it to be like a checker print section too. Do you think it's important to be honest in a relationship? Yes, I think honesty is like one of the top things. Honesty, realness, and authenticity. Random FPV. My wifey likes stuff. I have minimal stuff. We make it work. I'm glad to hear it's working out for you guys. Echo Rock said, as someone who has watched all of the Van on the Moon episodes, I imagine it's rough when you know at any moment you can be cooking up curry and your girlfriend's van is gonna break down. Yeah, I'm not saying it was easy on him. I know that I brought a lot of difficult times to his life, which is why I have so much empathy and compassion, and I'm just letting him go. I'm like, he will be 100% better off without me as well. So, you know, when you love somebody, you gotta let them be free. Let them go. Sometimes it's the best thing you can do. So I'm just letting it be free. Release. Letting go. We could all use a good dose of letting go. Tap the lid on the edge of the table to crack the dried paint seal. Here, I'll knock it on this ledge. Oh my gosh. I almost cracked the bottle. Oh, yes! Oh my gosh, thank you, Brandon Lloyd. Thank you. Alright, now we got gold, which I'm not quite ready for yet. I just pulled out the gecko green, so. Aww. Richard Hanley said, my better half passed away 14 years ago this July at 66 years old. I will mourn her till the day I die. Oh my gosh. That is like, it's really sad, but it's also beautiful. So maybe there is real love out there. Richard Hanley seems like he had it. Aw, yeah, sorry to hear about that. I'm glad to see other mooners giving me some support too. Have a poll. Who thinks she can get that jar open alone? I got it open. I got it open. Anyone who believed in me, you're a real one. And you might also be psychic. Taints are taints. Taints, that's honestly, they're worse than taints. That gives taints a bad rap. Aww. Okay, it's time. We're gonna make this gecko. I'm honestly gonna just try and draw it from memory, I guess. Let's see how well I can remember exactly what a gecko looks like. Aw, thank you for the flow state, J-Man. Also, do you guys like this angle, or would you rather see like very close up, like pretty much just my hands? I feel like most of you are probably more so here just for the chit-chatting than the actual painting. Because, yeah, we stream every Saturday. And it's honestly, it's pretty rarely a painting stream. I actually considered switching to doing painting streams on, like, the I Don't Know Baby channel. Because it technically fits in more there, because that is my art channel. But I decided that keeping all the streams in one place is a better move. Because even if I were to be streaming on I Don't Know Baby right now, rather than my more like, Molly and the Mooners is more of like the talk show channel, I guess. Fuck, I feel like I'm fucking up the gecko. Maybe I should look it up. Okay, cool. Everyone likes this angle. You should consider doing a cooking stream. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. The 3 important things in a relationship is trust, honesty, and respect. Yup. Trust, honesty, and respect. Those are things that are key important. And they are surprisingly hard to lose, even when you love someone super deeply. Yeah, it takes a lot more than love to be with somebody, it turns out. Alright, get that gecko body. I'm totally messing this up here, but it's okay. It's okay. Dang it. Can you paint a leprechaun? You know, I probably could, but if I'm being real honest, I'm not really into leprechaun vibes. Sorry if that's disappointing. I'm actually so grateful for Scaranajaraj. I'm probably saying your username terribly wrong every time. Scaranajaraj. For sending the 3 gecko emojis, because now I can reference what a gecko looks like. I was actually wondering mainly how many toes they have, which it looks like 4 on each thing. Gary. Okay, Gary. Thank you for clarifying. I'm really excited for the event that I'm going to later. I'm gonna be dancing so much. I've been dancing so much, and it's releasing all of the fascia in my body. All my joints have been feeling nice and loose again. Okay, now I'm just really messing it up. The more I paint over the gecko, the worse it's getting. And it's because the pink isn't dry yet. So we're gonna pause. We're gonna pause and just look at it. We're just gonna pause and look at it for a second. How about a caterpillar? Ooh, actually love that. I would do it like, you know that book that everyone read when they're little? The Hungry Caterpillar? Here, we'll get a slow pan shot. This is how the gecko poster is looking. The upside down rainbow. The sweet potato. And there's so much more to be, added. But this needs to dry before I layer on top of it. That's something I haven't been taking into account, is that these need to dry. So we're gonna jump around from piece to piece. Okay. Oh wait, had some fans recognize you in real life? Yes, 100%. I'm actually surprised at how many people recognize me from my videos when they see me in real life, because I don't see myself as that big of a creator. I mean, I have like 50K on YouTube just on the van channel, so like at this point I'm feeling pretty big. I have like 57K on Instagram, and like, you know, I'm getting pretty big on a lot of different platforms, but I still don't view myself as like a full-blown content creator. It's about time though, because like a lot of people come up to me and are like, I've seen your videos, even at the grocery store the other day, even at drum circle yesterday. Oh my gosh. It's just like finally here, and I can't believe it yet, so it hasn't set in. But it's time to believe it, because, yeah, it's working out. I'm reaching levels of success that I never have before. So it just feels so unreal. It's unbelievable, but you just gotta believe. You just gotta believe. I have to take my dog out. Enjoy walking your dog. Prestige classic. You're actually gonna miss adding the Van on the Moon sticker, so I can put the flaming Volkswagen. This is my little box of stickers, all of my sticker designs. This one's the Van on the Moon sticker. Let me take it out and show you guys proper. Warm pistachio. which these are all on idontknowbaby.com, which now ships internationally. And then there's the IDKB holographic. This was just like a kind of more basic sticker. I'm gonna revamp the IDKB. Like this one, it's just too plain to me. I had ordered holographic stickers a long time ago and I ordered a bunch of them. So I've still had the same supply of these this whole time, which is finally almost running out. So I can do a revamp because the holographic ended up looking so silvery. I thought it would be more rainbowy, but like from most angles, it just looks silver. So now I know to ask for like magenta holographic or like gold holographic. Are you shipping to Poland yet? I think so, Marcelo. I set it up. I just set it up for everywhere. I ship globally now. This is the sticker, the shroom head sticker that Mullet Mona designed. She drew that picture of me. Save some stickers for the museum. Yeah, the museum on the moon. Warm Piss stickers, badass. Get one, random FPV. I love the Warm Pistachio sticker. The Warm Piss stickers are like brown craft paper, which I was so stoked when I saw that option as I was getting them printed, because I knew I wanted to get the Warm Piss graphic printed on something. And the brown paper just like, it goes with the vibe so perfect. I need a Molly tie-dye shirt. The tie-dyes are coming soon. So I had been in talks with a friend, my tie-dye mentor who taught me how to tie-dye. And I was gonna have him prep the dye for me and I'll buy bottles of already mixed dye from him. But he didn't actually have all the colors I would actually want right now. So I decided I think I should just order all the dye myself and do the entire process myself. So that's why it's taking a little bit longer, but it is still like the tie-dyes are coming. I already have some white pieces. I've been gathering the blanks. So I have a long sleeve sweater, I have a white dress I'm gonna do, I have some white shorts, I have 2 pairs of shorts, and this is just like the random thrifted stuff. I'm also going to buy a bunch of blank white t-shirts, which I've been scoping out that too. I've been scoping out where to get the white t-shirts, and it honestly is seeming like Walmart. I usually wouldn't want to like support Walmart, and I don't like going there. Like I don't like the vibes, but they have nice white t-shirts that are only like $5 each. So for cranking out a bunch of tie-dyes, stocking up there seems like the move. Oh, Victor said I'm giving some thoughts to a tie-dye. Never owned one before. You never owning a tie-dye before is actually so surprising for me. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine life without tie-dye. How's Tristan these days? That's funny, Orion, that you know who my tie-dye mentor is. Tristan seems like he's doing great. I've been seeing him at the drum circles. He's been banging away on his drum, always wearing dope tie-dye. He was my van life neighbor for a long time, so he's one of the homies. We had our little village, our little van village. So the Van on the Moon sticker with the flaming Volkswagen, I think should be later on in the process, mainly because it'll end up getting painted over if I do it now. So I'm gonna set this to the side knowing that I'm going to continue. We'll pick a spot for it, but then it'll be like placed over the background. Dang it, I can't decide. Honestly, right, it's seeming like right here-ish. It's actually fitting. It's actually really fitting that it's right here between all these like screws and shit. Okay, so we're gonna mark this spot VOTFM so that I can remember. Yeah, the moon's gonna go right there. And then a little flambe of the Volkswagen will happen. And that will hopefully bring some catharsis. Maybe it will release some demons. And then my Volkswagen will come back from the dead. And someone will give me like somewhere between $7,000 to $9,000. We're manifesting that. Alright, this is still a little tacky, so make the screws, the stars and planets. Yes, Gary. Yes, that is genius. Vic's sister was a deadhead. Okay, so you're deadhead adjacent. It's about time you get a tie-dye though. I'll look in your order history so I can remember what size shirt you want, and I'll make sure there are plenty of that size shirt. Okay, next thing we're gonna paint on here. We've got the sweet potato, the rainbow, the gecko poster. I feel like having more plants coming up would be really nice. I kind of want to add some like little flowers or something right here. Quick search online shows blank white t-shirts for $1.50 to $2.25. You know what, New World? You're so right. I should order online. That's a much better choice. I'll order the white blanks when I order the dye, and everything will get here when it's supposed to. And I'll crank out a beautiful collection. Oh yeah, mo'o. The Hawaiian word for lizard. Thank you, Orion. Bringing in the olelo to the chat. Tyler Martin said, wish I could be as happy as you look. You can be. You can decide to be happy. Start with smiling, Tyler. If you smile, even if you're having a shitty time, it actually releases happy chemicals into your mind. Same with seeing someone else smile. Unless you're a psycho or a sociopath, I don't think it affects you the same. But if you see someone else smile, it also releases happy chemicals into your mind. That's why every Saturday I come here on YouTube Live and smile at the humans. Oh my, what did I just do? I come here on the internet to smile at the humans every Saturday and bring you them happy brain chemicals and hopefully leave you guys smiling more, and then you go smile at other people, and it's just a ripple. It's just a ripple, happiness echoing. Oh, a tie-dye YouTube channel you might like, Dyes and Good Vibes. Ooh, I should check that out later. Get some inspo. Marcelo Coman said, I started smiling for no reason all day and it really works. Yes! Yes! Smile! Everyone here, if you're in the chat right now watching, smile. Just smile. Just give it a try. Even if you're a grumpy pants, just give it a try. And then tell us how you're feeling after. How do you Americans manage to have such white teeth? I don't drink soda. I don't eat candy, really. I brush my teeth every day with organic toothpaste. Yeah, that's true. Buy high quality shirts. Don't waste your energy on a shitty canvas. I will definitely get nice shirts. I'll probably get like a more... I'll probably pick a brand of shirt that I trust and then just load up on those. You know, like there's typical, like Hanes. Like if you get a Hanes shirt, you know it's gonna be nice. It's just like they make shirts and they make them well and they're simple. So like something like that, or like, I don't know what other brands, like there's that Gildan shirt brand, which is like quality too, but for some reason Hanes and like Fruit of the Loom come to mind. I might be able to find some organic cotton shirts, but then again I'm putting like dye on it anyway, so it's not, the resulting shirts are not going to be organic because they're going to have dye on them. Can we see some of your art? You're looking at it right now, a very early stages of the piece. I'm just realizing now this is the first time we're painting with acrylic on the stream, because we've done a lot of airbrushing and rattle can stuff, but I haven't done an acrylic piece in like 4 years. That's insane. The last acrylic piece I did, I think, was the body stamp piece, the super trippy body stamp piece, which like I'm like, dang, honestly I wish I had that piece, but it's okay. I made it for someone and I made it with love and I'm glad that they have it, and eventually they could probably sell it for pretty good money once I'm more famous, especially. Thank you, Emma, for the stars. In Bitcoin we trust that I feel lucky to be a part of this. 4 years is a long time. Yeah, it is a long time. So yeah, I'm pretty out of practice with acrylics. I've mainly, in recent times, do just like spray painting stuff like that. The person who wanted to see some of my art, so this is an actual completed piece, a 10-foot wide canvas, which is like not properly hung right now. You can see it's just tucked over on the corners of the mirror that was already hanging here, but we're gonna hang it properly and flat soon. For now I just wanted it up there because it completes the vibe of the studio space. And this is how this is looking. Even right now, I love having, like, you can see this stuff and you can see the brick wall still. I really love this space. Like, it's so sweet. Having these little stairs that go up to the bathroom to sit on while I paint right here, like, it's just ergonomic. It's just like all falling into place so perfectly that I know it's meant to be. This transitional time period of my lifetime would be a lot harder if this hadn't happened. So I'm just so amazed. Like every day that I'm here, I'm just amazed. Yay. 4 years ago. When you rewatch yourself, what are your thoughts of the past you? When I think about the past me, she was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and had a lot of willpower and determination. But I don't think that she was fully living for herself. She was living for herself more than a lot of people do. Like, she mustered up a lot of just like self-centering, which people will sometimes say it as a bad thing, like, oh, that person's so self-centered, as like a negative connotation. But I think being self-centered is you being centered in yourself, following your own boundaries and your own desires, not letting other people sway you as to how you want to live your life. Like, because giving ourselves away to people, it doesn't benefit either of you, because then you are discounting your own life for somebody else, and then you're gonna be feeling resentment, most likely, for the person you were following the desires of against your own desires. And so you're not serving either of you. Even though you think you're doing it for the other person, you're not, because when you go against yourself, you end up resenting them, and that causes its own problems. So now I'm living for myself. I'm living for myself. Any other ideas that come into play because other people want me to do them, like, I'll examine them for a second, but at the end of the day, we gotta go by the beat of our own drum. And it's just like, the more people who follow their own heart, it will allow even more people to follow their own heart, because we'll witness people successfully doing it. It's been really inspiring, like, watching a lot of my friends recently. Like, my friends on Big Island, I was noticing it a lot. They were having, like, really good just boundary setting. Like, when they wanted, like, say, me and my friend Tiger were, like, doing some breath work on the beach, and this guy walked up and was like asking how we're doing, just like typical shit. We're obviously not wanting to be bothered, but he walks up and wants to be like, you're making conversation while we're just trying to do breath work. And I was thinking, like, oh, here we go. I wonder how long we're gonna be stuck in this conversation for. But then she just looked at him and was like, actually, we're doing breath work right now. If you want to do breath work with us, you can sit down and do breath work. And if you don't, then maybe go somewhere else. And I was just like, yes, yes, defender of our vibes. Like, she held down that space and that vibration to where we were able to just like return right to the breath work and not get spun off track by some random guy who just wanted to come up and talk. And that opened my eyes, because she did it so caringly and gently and so just like standing in her power. It really stuck with me. And then I started noticing it in more people, and then now I'm back on Maui and I'm noticing even more people, and I'm like, the universe really does give you a reflection of yourself. Because how did I go my whole life without seeing people hold healthy boundaries like that, until I started learning healthy boundaries, and now I actually am seeing it and like being happy to see it. I've been seeing it with Cully Cat a lot too. She's really good at holding healthy boundaries. Like, there be people walking up to us at the beach, same like what happened with my other friend, where I'm thinking like, oh geez, what am I gonna do? And she's just like, yeah, walk away now. And I'm like, We can say that? Yeah, actually, we can say that. This is where a lot of self-care is coming into play for me. A lot of self-love, and I'm really here for it. I'm here for it. So yeah, it's okay when you're having a conversation that you don't want to have anymore with somebody. You could just be like, I'm not liking this. Can we switch? Like, our time is so valuable. Our existence on this earth is so valuable. And if you're in a scenario that you don't like, you have to take that power on, you know, and you gotta take it upon yourself to take control of your existence. We are all creating our own realities. And once again, I've got extremely distracted and on a tangent. We have been on the stream for almost 3 hours. You know what? I think that for now, it might be a good pausing time. I think I should go eat some food and do some self-care before going to the fun event later, and that this painting will be continued another day. We'll get another up-close look at how it's going so far. We did not get nearly as much done as I thought we would, but it's okay. It's okay. Because I can just continue painting it on my... whenever I feel like. Because I can do whatever I want now. I have my own studio. And I'm a free woman. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live painting session. We'll go to this angle for a bit. I'm going to take a little bit of time to read the chat and touch base with all the mooners one last time for this Saturday. Is there a story behind the green ring you wear all the time? This has been passed down on my mom's side of the family. From my mom to me. From my great aunt to her. I'm not sure who my great aunt got it from, but I'm gonna pass it down eventually to a woman, like probably one of my nieces, I assume. I'm glad that we got in 3 hours of painting, even though I was yapping for a lot of it. There's more done on the painting than there was before. Oh, Mars, thank you so much. $5. Thanks again, Molly, for capping my week on a good note. Aw, thank you, Mars. I'm glad I could cap your week on a good note, too. I want to get a look. So, this is my bed, you know, it's where I spend my bed / my couch. It's also kind of a couch. And so this art piece will be what I'm seeing from my bed. That's my view. That's my view from my bed. My closet space is a little messy right now, but my new mirror is epic. And this side is just full of art and creative vibes. I'm just gonna keep the paint out like all week probably and be like painting whenever I feel like adding some to that, and I'll stream for some of the painting sessions. Other times I might just like get a hair up my ass to paint right then and there. So yeah, stay tuned. I love you all. I'm so happy that I saw all the mooners here in the chat today and got this good community time, and just like so grateful that all of you are being so gentle and easy on me and kind and supportive during all the shakeups and like hecticness. You guys are literally my like online support group, so thank you for that. I hope everyone has a beautiful, wonderful week. I'm excited to connect again, as now I can live stream way more often. I got a studio with Wi-Fi, guys. Like what? Follow your dreams. You could have this. Most of you probably already have more than this, but you can always get a reminder of how much you do have by seeing someone else be excited about having less. So, yeah. I love you guys. Until next time, peace, love, and